again in the security, AAA will come into picture. What is AAA? Authentication, authorization, and accounting. Who, when, what? We discuss on this feature lot. So we control that from the IAM, who will access what, role-based accesses, right? Then after logging, then we have a, what is called cloud trail. We have cloud trail where we can see who did what when, right? So in the cloud trail we have seen that logs. Then if you come down, so there are so many features they provided for the security, right? So security identification and compliance. So in this these features, I am, you already aware about it. You are able to create the users group and the roles, and you need to attach that, bind that to particular services, right? Then you know about KMS, or where you can your password will get encrypted. Okay. Similarly, you know about a secret manager. So here you keep your password, your APIs here. So it will be shared, but it will be again secret. So what you can, what is the use of secret manager is, let's say for example, your S3 bucket want to talk to, or you can say your Lambda want to talk to S3 bucket. Okay, so there is some password there. So to access the S3, okay, let's do one thing. Lambda want to talk to EC2, and EC2 is nothing but one of the server which has some password. So you can keep store here. Okay, secret manager. This secret manager and KMS both are used in sync, because here we put the password and KMS encrypt the password. Okay, so you no need to provide otherwise what you need to do in the Lambda, you need to provide the code and you need to put your password there. So Lambda will go and access that particular EC2 server. So this KMS and secret manager both are related to each other. Here we put this password and here we encrypt the password. Okay, so apart from that, we are aware about the WAF. Okay, in the WAF, okay, so WAF is nothing but it is used for your securing your internet application. Okay, so let's say in AWS cloud, you have two servers here. Okay, and you put an ELB, okay, elastic load balancer to load balance between these two servers. This is one server, this is another server, and this is your ELB. Okay, and to the ELB you hosted for the internet. So when the traffic come from the internet, so your WAF will do, it has it will do different type of analysis, it is nothing but the threat protection. It has some mechanism, threat protection, and it protect if any threats, if any some malicious stuff coming from internet to your AWS cloud inside to that particular application, then this WAF, it will block that, it take the action. It is called, in the legacy terminology, it is called IPS. So in the past there were two devices were used. One is IDS and one is IPS. IDS was intrusion detection system, and IPSC was just give you the alert that something going wrong, then you need to go and take manual action. So it was just alerting that something is happening. But the IPS, it will not only alert, it will alert plus action. It will take the action also. If some malicious packet come, if any virus detected, it will directly remove that. It will block that virus coming into your AWS cloud. So this later it started with the IPS. I have seen the IPS devices. Okay, so and then IDS, then IPS. Then after that, many many vendors, they started clubbing this IPS IDS into the system itself. So like for example, next generation firewall, Palo Alto firewall. So where you can they put IPS engine into their firewall itself. So here in AWS, this IPS particular feature they provided in the WAF, in the form of WAF, where you can bind your application to protect from the internet, right? So that's the WAF. Now next is WAF. Okay, so here now they provided like various features here. Okay, AWS firewall manager, AWS network firewall. So both does the same thing. Okay, and if you their objective is why the firewall use to protect to control the traffic between two zones. Okay, in the firewall there will be two zones or multiple zones. You can prepare a boundary. So one side, this side is the, let's say, this is your non-secure zone, and this is your secure zone. So this is what you need to protect. So you need to protect this side, and you have threats from this side. So you need to have a policies. We create a rules here that who can come and access this. So you need to get source IP addresses, and you need to create the multiple rules here. So this is what the firewall does. So this is the boundaries. Okay, you need to create the boundaries here. So instead of that, if suppose you don't want to use the Amazon firewall, then you can build like a Palo Alto firewall or Checkpoint firewall or ASA firewall in any EC2 machine, and you can host that. So this firewall will be on internet edge, and what you can do from your routing table, you can use a default route towards that particular firewall. Then your traffic will move from that firewall. So that firewall it is used for the firewall, but one more thing, these two firewall, whatever the firewalls you are seeing here, these firewalls are port based firewall. Like you need to provide like how in the security group we write the rules, saying this is the source. Okay, like destination based rules. So you need to allow this particular port, that's it, but it don't have further mechanism. So for that, let's say you're using AWS network firewall, then you need to attach WAF there, because IPS is different here, firewall is different here, and some more stuff, sir. So these firewalls are used for port based firewall, you can say. They provide the layer 4 protection. Okay, so now after that, yesterday like on that I think in last lecture we talk about some security hub and detective, inspector, Macie, and all. Okay, one more thing, certificate manager. So certificate manager, it is something like it provide like it is like a CA in your cloud. So CA server, we had a separate lecture on this. CA server, generally it used for the protection. Again, why the protection means, it issues a certificate that okay, this certificate is issued from this for this server. So this certificate and from internet, some let's say someone want to come, so that certificate need to get authenticated from this CS server. It should be valid certificate. If any expired certificate is coming from internet, which means a threat, so CS server will not authenticate. So like this, we protect our SSL, generally our SSL connection, SSL or HTTPS. So HTTPS, or you can say port 443. See, from internet, when we do a browsing, so it will be either on port 80 or port 443. Port 80 is less secure, 443 is more secure. For 443, you need SSL certificate. And who will provide that SSL certificate? Your CA server. And in the CA, who is the cloud in the CA in the cloud? Certificate manager, where you can keep a track of your certificates, right? So see, the security from how many perspective you are protecting. Okay, so now on that day, one more thing I discussed in the security. So like you have endpoint protection, this is called edge point protection, where you are like on the edge of cloud, you are protecting. But there is some more thing, that you need a logging will come into this one. Also you need some sort of scanning tools, where it will go and identify this one, right? Also you, let's say in the EC2, EC, not in the EC2, you have S3. Okay, let's say this is your S3 bucket. What is S3 bucket? S3 bucket is nothing but it can be your public or it can be your private bucket. Okay, so when I share something, some data here, okay, and if I make it for the public, so anyone from internet can come and access that particular S3 bucket, and the data they can download, and they can do whatever the rights you have given. So let's say in the S3 bucket, you put some data, okay, and but how about the monitoring? How you control that? Because in the Amazon cloud, there are so many admins will be there. So they will store frequently, they will store their data here. Continuously data will get stored here. So how you as an administrator, how you are going to monitor? Because see, the security means what? Protecting, or your data should not be go outside, or your data should not be get corrupted. So let's say for example, this is one of the server, okay, where let's say this is I have given example before. um, let's say this is your civil, your construction company, and all your designs are here in this computer. So you need to produce, so that is your asset. So let's say, if that your server is not secure, so someone will come from internet and it can inject a virus here into your server. If virus come into the server, then your server will get collapsed, entire data will get lost. So this is one threat which will come directly from internet. Or someone, what will do, someone will come and they will do, let's say some brute force attack, or they will try to steal your password. They will do DOS attack, denial of service. Your service will get down here. So there are n number of type of attacks. Okay, that's one. The second option is the server itself, when it try to go to get some updates from internet. So that while coming back, some virus or something will get injected into the server. So you need to protect this. The another thing is, that is like let's say this S3 bucket. So here, who is storing what? You don't have any once you create the bucket, so anyone, so they always look for opportunity, that how can I get the data, how can I enter into their organization. Okay, so if suppose one of the innocent guy, he don't know what he is storing. So he went to the S3 bucket and he put some employee IDs here, some information of the company. Okay, he put that, and this guy, he is frequently having the eyes. So he always they will do they will try to identify your vulnerabilities. Vulnerability means your loopholes. Okay, your loop, what are your loopholes in your organization? So they will keep track of that. So suddenly they see, oh wow, one of the guy, I got the employee ID information. Then he can do anything with that employee ID. He can break the password, he can do whatever he wants. But this is something, it is called a data breach. So there is some data, it got breach. Breach means it went to the internet. So how you are going to control this, right? So for Amazon Messi, Messi, Ronaldo. Okay, so Amazon Messi. So what Amazon Messi will do? So this is used for the data leak prevention. Data leak prevention. So you can say, with the help of Messi, you are protecting your data. Data leak prevention system. So what, how it work, and how what will happen is, so this Messi, so it will see, Messi will not control these guys. He will control this S3. So there should be some mechanism, it has some mechanism that it will go and keep checking your S3 bucket. So in the Messi, you need to go and say that, see Messi, if suppose you need to give some patterns to him. So you need to say that, see Messi, if any data which contain, let's say some employee ID, your employee IDs are with some number, okay, some E EMP 12132, or it can be example EMP 456, or something. Okay, or it's a combination of letter, dash, or something. So this is the pattern, right? So like similarly our SSN number, right? SSN number or something, it will be always start from the SSN hash, will be there. So you need to give some pattern there. And so what Messi will do, it will, and you need to say that every 15 minutes or every 1 hour or every day, you need to give a frequency to Messi that you go and check S3 bucket. If you find any data here matching this pattern, if yes, then please inform us. So this is what the Amazon Messi will do. It will not take the action, it will take. Okay, it will identify the data, where exactly the data is, and is it going to breach or not. Okay, so Amazon Messi, discover and protect your sensitive data at scale. So Amazon Messi is a data security and data privacy service that uses machine learning to help you identify and use the machine learning patterns. This is a machine learning. So you need to provide some pattern. So it has some mechanism by rejects, some rejects tool is there. So it use that particular stuff, and it will identify that, go down privacy and security. Amazon Messi allow you to do the to do this across your entire Amazon S3 environment. you have server software, if you have a cloud provider, mobile devices, network devices, desktop services, multifunctional like prints devices. So whatever you have inside in your organization, whether it is a cloud or whether it is a infra, so they provide some sort of like security features there. So if I go to the cloud provider, so they will tell you which cloud provider. Okay, is it a Alibaba cloud, Amazon web cloud services, Google cloud, which? So I want to secure my Amazon web services. So if you go here, so they will give you a beautiful document where they will say, no, see, your S3 need to be like this, your EC2 need to be like this, your like cloud trail need to be like this, your every machine should have a logs, you should have Macie enable. So like this, they will see. I did not read this benchmark, but we are following it. Every organization is following it. And when the external auditor comes, so they will come and they will say, are you on the CIS benchmark? Are you compliance? Is your CS servers are compliance? Is your EC2s are compliance? Is your ELBs are compliance? Compliance means what? From internet security, are they compliance means? Are they on the for the internet security? The ELB should be on particular port. Okay, it should not be directly, like if you say any port open, then it is not a compliance. So it will when they run some scan or something, they will say, no, you are wrong here, so please correct it. So they will generate a report and they will give you. So CIS, it is a generic platform where you can download and yourself you can protect your this particular your all features. Okay, you can protect your things. So this CIS benchmark, there are some third-party vendors also. Let's say some tools are there. So these tools, what these tools will do, they will they will download the CIS benchmark into there, and they, based on that, they will scan your servers, or they will scan your ELB, they will scan your S3, and they will provide you report that, okay, see, this is this is a CIS is saying, and this is you have, so please fix it, and you need to fix like this. So this is the report. So nowadays this tools also very useful. Otherwise you need to take this CIS bookmark and do it manually from your end. So both options are available. So this is very good one. Tools, with the tool you can scan it, any service, as I told you here, it is not, it is providing each and every operating system, it need to be CIS benchmark. So if you are here, then you can secure your offices, you secure your cloud by using the center of internet security. See, after, if suppose you 100% compliance with the CIS benchmark, still there is no guarantee that you're secure, because security is something out of your hand. So you need to keep update with that. So maintaining regular Amazon Macie provide different option for scheduling your data analysis, such as one time. See, this Macie you can do one time or daily, weekly or monthly sensitive data discovery job to help you meet and maintain your data privacy and compliance requirement. Let's say, for example, you have put like a code saying that you want to protect your employee IDs, and you can ask, you can schedule it, ask Macie whether the job need to run one time or monthly or 15 days. So every 15 days Macie will do, and automatically it will schedule the job. It will do the scan, and it will get ready with the report saying that how many, like if you have something, then someone need to go and review that in every 15 days. So security team, they need to go and report that, review that. So that is one of the feature. So Macie, so I have tried testing the Macie, so I will show you how you can achieve that. Go to the S3 bucket. Okay, you understand, right, how the Macie works? It is used to protect the data in your S3. Like you can, it does some analysis. So what you can do is you can just create one bucket, Okay, so you can see I just created a next gen bucket. Okay, in the bucket I uploaded one CSV file. So what is the CSV file is okay, let me let me open it. Okay, so let's say what I did is I have opened, so let's, this is the state. Okay, let's say this is the your employee name, and this is employee ID. So can you see this pattern? So some, there is state related nj hyphen some number, then state, then number. So some organization will have uh, something called your first name and then your last name, full last name, first name first digit and last name and some number. So this is a pattern. Okay, so let's say this is one of the pattern that your employee IDs are here. Okay, so what happened is, so let's say uh, one of the innocent guy, he went to this, and this S3 bucket I have given permission to public. Okay, it is a publicly accessible. Okay, this is now or not, block all public access off. Yeah, yeah, it is allow for internet. So this innocent guy, see, what I did, I just created one bucket and I'm trying to upload that file. So add files, upload. September 7th. So with the same name, it came here. So it was the same name. So it got uploaded. So what happened is you just created one file, a CSV file, and uploaded here. Now your work is done. You are not aware what is happening, who is monitoring you. So go to the Macie. Okay, here I already run some jobs. So first let me run it, then I will show you how to configure it. So if you go here, S3 bucket, jobs. Okay. So in the job, so let me, okay, there are two things here. The first thing, you need to create a job. Okay, what you want to run, and there is something called, if you come down, customer data identification. So this is what I create. So you need to create a pattern. So let's say, for example, uh, create, okay, let's say find SSN. So you can say pattern like find SSN numbers data breach. Okay, so what you can do, regular expression. So there is something called regular expression. So enter the regular expression that define the pattern to match. Okay, so you can say that your SSN number will be something like this. Every SSN number will get start like this, hash dot SSN, or there should be some hash and there should be some numbers there. Okay, or if you want some keyboard keyword, so you can use the separated comma and use it. See, I am not expert in this one. This is something a separate team does this. Okay, maximum distance, and you can put some more thing and enter some example. So you just submit it. So what will happen, this is your pattern. Okay, your pattern is ready here. So similarly what I did, I created a pattern for employee ID. Okay, for the employee ID. Okay, see with the regex expression what I did, so I use something called a to z. Okay, in the bracket, then some number, then again hyphen, then some number. Okay, this is my regular expression for this is called a regex. So you know this regex is used a lot in the security, especially when you define a url filtering, or you're monitoring what is called um, data link prevention. So like in the FireEye, or in what is called data filtering features, whatever the services customer vendor provide. So in that, like you, how you're going to know that your data is. So this is something, if you compare here the rejects what I, so see your employee pattern is something like this. Okay, so it is a combination of some a to, it can be a to z. Okay, combination. So what the provided, see, it can be a to z, then 2, then hyphen, then some number. Okay, so this rejects you provided. Okay, then created, done. So customer data you identified. So now you need to go and create a job. Okay, you need to create a job. So let me create one job here. So when you create a job, so it will ask you select a specific bucket or specify bucket criteria. So can you, when I say select a specific bucket, so already you can see this table list S3 bucket for your account. So see, I'm in the North Virginia, so I have one S3 bucket here. See, next gen. Okay, so you need to select that S3 bucket first. Next is S3 bucket review and optionally adjust list of S3 bucket you created for this job. This is, that's fine. Okay, just say next. Okay, this is important. So sensitive data discovery option. So how you want to schedule, how you want to call Macie daily, schedule a job, analyze object on schedule frequency. Daily you want, or include existing object. Select this option to analyze new and existing object, to analyze something. So you want daily, weekly, or monthly. Okay, so let's say if you say weekly, so when, so generally Sunday, I want every Sunday it sample subset object index 100%. I want additional setting if you want. So file name extra. Okay, so which file name you want to track. Okay, so can you see this is the last modifier prefix and something. So the file name, let's say my file name can be PDF, it can be into PDF format, so include it. It can be in CSV file format, include it. Okay, I think this is for just one. So my data, I'm expecting it is in the CSV format. Okay, so you can include it. And so what will happen, this is the object criteria. So whatever your CSV file data in CSV file, it will track that only, because in S3 you can be having multiple like TXT format and any n number of MPJ format, MG some pictures or whatever. So but your data, you're expecting it need to, it is in the CSV format, Excel format. So you need to scan it. So right now I'm not scheduling it. Let me take this option one time job, analyze existing object one time. Okay, I want to do it right away, right now. Say next. Okay, now can you see this is option, select custom data identification. So they are asking a custom data identifies a set of criteria that you define to detect sensitive data. Can you see this? So for this you need to learn regex. Regex is something uh, very regex online. Okay, so this is your regex. So for example, let me put this data. Okay, so this is my data. So if I okay, can you see when I say in this curly bracket A to Z means, can you see these things got selected? Okay, next A to Z. So what is the pattern? I forgot that one second. Okay, A to Z. Then again in the curly bracket when I say two. So I'm just showing you how it can be performed. So let me copy it directly. And if I put this except expression, so your regular expression does not match the subject string. So they are saying your regular expression is not matching the subject. Okay. So what I can do is, if I what about if I remove this? So you know what? So how this is made is because it needs some practice. Generally, while creating some let's say this particular name. Okay, if you want to make a regex, it is nothing but a short form in the form of code. So this particular thing, if you want CIS, so what they are saying, it should be in the form of something. Yes, forget a lot. Long I used this. Just one second, I'm getting on call. One second. So whatever the pattern we use, right? So it will catch this. So this code you will catch. Let's say comma, and can you see if you go down here? So a single character ABC. Okay, characters are like this. Then single slash S, any white space, any digit. If you have any digit, you can say it is like a slash D. Any non-word, or this is something you are matching like here. And whatever the data you have here, you are just trying to make it. So there are some experts for this, so they build this code, okay, by using this online tool. Even it is not a rocket science, so it is just required some focus. And there are like in the YouTube, there are a number of videos available, so you can practice it. But it is again, if you want to move into the security, then this is for you. Okay, in the regular expression, and this is called a regex. Okay, it is used, very useful. So your data is your it has regular expression, you can identify a bulk of data. Okay, so this is what I did here. Amazon Macie. So here, let's say employee ID. Okay, we provided employee ID. Okay, this is a regular expression. Data identification. Next, job name. So I can say, let's say 7 September 2021. Okay, I just put the name. So it is giving you a review and create. So can you see this? One time it will scan. File name is this one. Format is CSV. Custom data identification. Blah blah blah. And this one. Submit. Okay. Now can you see this? This is going to be run. Okay. It started running actually one time. Okay. And if you go here, you haven't configured repository for discovery result. You must. That is just notification. Okay, so statistics. If you go here, so what it is saying, number of runs. So right now one run is going on, okay, which is active running. Approximate number of object to process. So it will show you like how many number of object is there. Can you see file name, this one account? So you have put the S3, and this is the S3 bucket you provided. So this Macie job is running on that particular bucket. So it will take some time and it will show you the completed like this completed. Then you can see the result. So in the result, you will identify that you are expecting that saying that you got like some alert that this data is tried to breach. This data was leaked. So this data is stored. So you can get an alert and you can go and take the action, remove that file from that bucket, or check with the user why the data was put it there, and like this. So Macie is not going to remove that. It is going to alert you that this is sensitive data is there. So I'm not sure my regex is correct or not, but I tried that. Uh, let's see. It will take a little bit of time to complete it. Okay, so this is how the Macie is. So any thought, anything? How is it, Salman?
I remember one point I'm not clear is like after the batch finds, uh, data breach or what does it do? And moreover, how on what criteria it will call okay, this there's a problem.
The problem, the criteria is itself that the data pattern. So here I have given one just an example that
Right,
okay, so my sensitive information is this one.
right.
So we provided the data pattern there, saying that if something going out, so your employee ID can be in this format. So this is a combination. So this pattern you are given, so it will identify if employee IDs are stored there.
Okay.
So like this, you can create n number of patterns, regex.
Right, right. I understand that. So if when somebody is copying that from the S3 bucket,
Uh-huh.
the batch job will inform the owner.
No, not copying. When you see some, let's say you store there today,
Yeah.
okay, some information, and Macie job will happen on the
Okay.
Sunday,
Right.
next Sunday. So your
Uh-huh.
data will be there. Okay. So when the Macie scan in the next scan, it will come to know that this is the census data is there.
Right.
So that's why instead of Sunday, you can do it daily. Every day you can run a Macie scan.
Right.
So you will in the morning, let's say you're coming in the morning to the office, you can run in every day night. Okay, so it will start running it, and once you come in the morning, you can put some resources there saying that please monitor all this. So they will go and review all the alerts. So it will give you full detail that which file it is, what it is, those things.
Yeah, but how does it? Where is the adverse event happening?
Event, it will capture the event. So are you looking for the action?
I'm asking, I'm not looking, but I'm asking, like, okay, in your example, right, wherein you have uploaded data and we have run the job,
Mm-hmm.
a file which contains SSN has been flagged as a sensitive file. Then this bucket has to be continuously monitored by this job, correct?
Right.
So if I am accessing that file for particular reason,
Hmm.
right? So does Messi inform somebody that okay, this sensitive file has been accessed by this employee?
Yes. Yeah. It can. There's see here. Um, you can either you can export, configure export. You can show finding or show CloudWatch log. So this log also go into the CloudWatch and show findings. So you will see the details here. Somehow that expression doesn't trigger. Then the cloud was also see here. So here event ID, tried this job created. So somehow it could be problem in my rejects because I'm not expert in that. I just tried that, but this is how we can put that, and you can try to what is called still running. Which user is access added that file. So for that, I think there is an option here. Okay, I did not use. Okay, now see if you go for the options here, usage setting. Okay, discover result accounts. What is the accounts? Okay, account. Macie supported blah, 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 add account. So customer data identification. This is something you are identifying things, and while running the job, when you run the job, review, refine the scope, custom data, enter a name, and this one. So I don't find the option what you are
No,
looking for.
I'm just understanding the end-to-end process for this now, Nadeem. The thing is, I'm very clear whatever you have shown, right? How the job has to be set up and how you have to use an expression to identify whether it is three words or it is the full description. Some people might also put in a description saying social security number like full. Somebody will
Right.
put only SSN. That part I understand, but this is one part wherein we are configuring the setup. Now the job will run, it will find
Mm-hmm.
like, whether because we are protecting this information which is in this particular this data which is in the CSV file that you created, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens? I mean, there is a purpose. What is the purpose of this job? It is to inform somebody that okay, your sensitive data has been accessed or has been downloaded or is being transported, something like that, right? So that part I'm trying to understand. What does it do? First we have configured, but then the program itself has to take do something, right? It can't just keep monitoring and do nothing. You see my point? What I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you look at see, um, I think you're comparing the messy detailing prevention with your infra detailing prevention. I will tell you. I have worked on the FireEye and the Palo Alto DLP function. So what DLP does is you can put the expression, you can it will identify the pattern and it will by security policy take the action also.
Okay.
But here, if you look at here, so what it is saying, allow you to do across your entire Amazon S3 generate actionable finding that you can use quickly respond where needed. So I think you are expecting action also, but it is not action. It is not taking the action. It is doing a scan and it is providing you finding so
So
that you
what
can take some
exactly?
action.
Okay. So when you say finding, right?
Mhm.
What exactly is it finding?
It is finding that this particular file has this employee IDs.
Oh, you are saying that it is just scanning and saying that okay, this file has sensitive.
Exactly.
It
Yes.
is not tracking the movement.
Uh-huh. So
It
this
is
is
not
what
tracking the movement.
movement means. Whenever the scan will happen, then only you will get that result. That this.
Wait, what I'm asking is, I'm okay. Okay, the job has informed the stakeholders that okay, this particular file has sensitive data based on whatever criteria you have given. Okay, date of birth can be one more thing,
Hmm.
right? Okay, it has SSN and date of birth or either or. Now, the problem for the organization is when this data is moved out of an authorized place, correct? When it is moved from where it has to be. That is a
Hmm.
problem for the organization, right?
Hmm.
So, does it help in that movement also? I'm asking from one.
Okay, got it. I got it. I
Okay.
got it. So that moment you will get a logs in the CloudWatch, and those moment can be having another logs.
Okay.
So don't expect that. So what Macie function is, it is just informing you. The
Okay.
data movement what you are talking about, it will happen in the logging, in the CloudWatch logs and those things. You can who access and IAM controls where there like the CloudTrail, you can inform there, like you will get the logs there, who did what when. But you are expecting the who access the data and who uploaded downloaded those features. I don't find this one here.
Okay.
Okay, so it is a simple stuff. Okay, and it is providing you a findings. Okay, so that you can go and take the actions.
Got it.
So that's it. So this is all about the Messi, and my job is run on. Okay, it shows completed. So when it shows completed, so show findings. So here the findings will come. Mhm. Even configure repository for this one, 32,000. This the result for only 19 finding. That's fine. That is. But somehow, uh, my finding my rates, that data identification which I provided, so it did not identify that. But you will get logs here. So you have to see logs.
We got the overall concept. That's clear.
Oh, Messi was here.
Uh,
I wanted to show you that, uh, but somehow my regex is not working. Because this is something very new service. It is not like a straightforward. So here the combination you need to research here to find the exact match and get some. But where the logs and detect. So somehow the logs will be here. So that's all. That is all about the Macie. So if you're trying to compare it with in any infra service, then because here Amazon they have multiple stuffs here, okay, which every service takes some particular action and all. Every service. This is don't compare your infra service with, because when I was learning it, so I said, what is this? Because my the DLB, they did something different. They take the actions also, and in the Palo Alto DLP function, I will show you who 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 try to do upload that the user ID functionality is there, and many things you will see the logs. So they provided you these things. So it is again maybe some more features will come, and slowly they will improve. But this is what it has. This is its limitation, and this is what it is showing. So custom data identification. This is the key for, and the regex. This is the key where you exactly you need to match the data. The raw data you can make it regex. I have like last year, 1.5 year back, I work on this regex lot for the URL filtering and all, but somehow again I forget that how to prepare. So I need to get some revise on that, because I'm working on multiple technologies.